Well, that's quite the question. What do gorillas and sleep have in common? Hi there, I'm Julie Turner.
And I'm Kit Brooks.
And we are
Nutrition HQ Lake Norman.
Yes, we are. And as promised, we are going to give you guys some sleep tips today. But something else that we're really, really excited about. We are having Gorilla Week, especially Kit. But I'm having Gorilla Week as well.
Is that a furry joke?
Maybe, a little bit. I'm not the one pounding my chest, I'm just saying.
Anyway.
Anyway.
The forehead of a gorilla.
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to participate in that because the kids do it enough for all of us. I don't have to. Anyways, we are introducing a new product line actually to NHQ. We're trying it out. NHQ Quincy has already jumped on board, if I'm not mistaken, and we are testing some things out. So when we are open in Lake Norman, we will be full on with our gorilla mode. So we're going to talk about sleep today, and we're only just going to give you guys a few tips, but we did want to talk about the fact that we are doing our biohacking, our testing of products this week, and as I said, it is gorilla. So do you want to tell them a little bit about gorilla mode? Just what it is and how excited we are about it.
So, Gorilla Mode is their pre-workout formula, and love it. The flavors are stout, and they run a funky flavor line.
Yeah. And we'll do the overview of what we think about it and all that kind of stuff later in the week, but we do just want to tell you which products we're testing. So, tested this one for the first time today. How do you feel?
Good. I'm waiting to see full effect, because it's, about an hour and a half ago we took it? Or no, I guess about almost 2.5 hours ago. So
this is one of their nootropics formulas, and it will give you more focus and possibly more creativity, and we will let you know how that goes this week as well. Last but not least, we are also testing out Dream.
Dream.
Now that's why we're talking about sleep. What do gorillas and sleep have in common? Well, they have Dream. That's what they have in common. And this is another product we're testing out. It is to help with sleep and recovery. We tested it last night for the first time. We will keep you posted as to how that works out. Now, some tips on sleep. I don't want to belabor this. I talk about this all the time. Well, actually, I do want to belabor it. But the reason that I am preaching to you guys about sleep is because it is foundational to your health and happiness. And I cannot stress that enough. I studied sleep extensively for a few years because I didn't want to do it, because it annoyed me, because I wish I could do other things other than sleep. I was too busy. And then I realized after all of the research I did, plus my own life, that you have to sleep. So some people don't sleep terribly well, and some, they're 2% of the population does not need to sleep more than 4 hours. The rest of us do. Suck it up. You're probably a nicer person if you sleep. You think you're getting by, but your health is deteriorating in the background, and you're just not a nice person. I'm just
probably at least a little better looking, even if you're not happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Less wrinkles, less dark circles under the eyes.
Less of this look.
Yeah.
Or grouchy face.
But how do you do that? We're going to give you a couple tips today. One of the top tips is to have a sleep cycle, like go to bed at the same time every night. Now, a lot of people start with get up at the same time every day, and that helps, but it is actually more important to go to bed at the same time because your body gets used to things, your mind gets used to things. So going to bed at the same time is actually more important than getting up. Eventually you want to be doing both, but to start with, try to go to bed at the same time. Your body and mind start to go, oh, this is what we do at this time. Got it. Tip number 2. And then I'm going to make Kip give a couple sleep tips, so get ready. Tip number 2 is to not do anything in your bedroom other than sleep and sex. And honestly, if you've got the money and the want for it, have a different room to have sex in. Because if your mind is trained that when you go into that room, the only thing you ever do is sleep, you will actually get way more efficient at falling asleep and staying asleep. Far too many of us read books, use our laptop, use our phone, watch TV, argue, do all kinds of things in the bedroom that we should not be doing in the bedroom ever. Sleep and sex. Lots of both of those. Would you like to give 2 tips before we close today so we can move on with our life?
The main one that came up for me is white noise. I used to try to black out all light and knock out all, just keep complete silence. I used to sleep with the TV on, all of that stuff. I've done all of that. And for a couple of years, I slept with as much silence as I could get. And I sleep so much better with white noise because it gives us something. Because when it's silent, great. But when there's little noises that come in, a squirrel running by the window or a windy night or any of that.
Or an air fryer going
or
up to temperature.
Teenage son firing up the air fryer after his middle of the night training session at the gym. Then those things will wake you up. And if you're like me, kind of on high alert and I like sleep anyway, you'll be on edge for a little bit. It takes a little bit to come down and go to sleep. But with the white noise, it all just kind of blends in because it's not that startle from complete silence to noise. It's just an additional. So either it blends right in, or if I do wake up, I'm able to go back to sleep because it's not that startling. Like, second one. Man, oh man, oh man. You took my favorites. Not eating too close to bedtime has been a huge one for me, I've noticed over the years. Because every time I change that and eat too late, I toss and turn more. And I dream funky dreams and just do not wake up well rested.
Like dreams about sandwiches? I don't know.
Being chased, all sorts of crazy stuff.
So we're going to keep this short today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I have one more tip for you because I think this is a really important one in today's day and age. Caffeine. Just remember that caffeine has a half-life of 6 to 8 hours depending on whose research you follow. What that means is if you have 100 milligrams of coffee or a Starbucks coffee or caffeine, a Starbucks coffee at noon, 6 hours later, you still have half of that in your system. A lot of people are like, oh, it's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and I'm going to grab a bang. 300 milligrams caffeine. I love 300 milligrams caffeine, don't get me wrong, but I'm doing it at 5 a.m., not 5 p.m. Think about that. That's it for me. Anything? Mm-hmm. Does it sound like I've had enough caffeine? I probably have. It's been quite a few hours, actually.
This might be the difference. I used to preach, I can't go to bed before 11 or midnight, so I'm just getting up at 4. I'm one of those people. And then I realized, no, I'm having caffeine. I'm dosing my caffeine to where it doesn't wear off until it's getting close that I need to be waking up, actually. And then I wouldn't sleep well and all of that. And all of that has changed. And amazingly, my body fat dropped.
Right?
Tremendously
absolutely.
When I started sleeping better.
Trust me, guys, it is all tied together. So, gorillas and sleep. They do have something in common. We'll let you know how well it works. Talk to you later.